sugar, so sweet. Oh, baby girl, get with me. 'Cause I thought I had lost it all, and now I tried to make you understand I'm a different kind of guy. Sugar, give me just a sign, yeah. Give me a oh, you really gotta.
Welcome to WYCD Wicked. That stands for What You Can Do. So it was a weird day for your old pal Jake, and as a result, I don't have a proper show planned, and instead of scrambling to put together a less than quality game plan for you guys on very serious issues, what I would like to do is experiment and take advantage of the weirdness of the day and the ballerness, generally speaking, of the Wicked community, and see if we can't screw with YouTube a little bit. So it's gonna be a very interactive stream. Maybe this won't work at all. In fact, probably all we'll learn is that there's nothing further to learn, or that we haven't found gold in the particular area we're digging. But that's okay. We'll explain more as we go on. But first, there are some news items that I want to talk about and record talking about with you so that we can put out content so people don't think that I've died a horrible death. And also, it's fun. It's been a very fun news day. First, though, let's say hello. How y'all doing? Pinkerbell, hello. Obsessive Audio. Groovy Tunes, this Pinkerbell. Oh, I dig it as well. That was Yellen doing Fever. Fever by Yellen. Obsessive Audio, hello. Wireless Mike, my man. Yeah. Wireless Mike, your dog named after Tucker from Tucker and Dale versus Evil. Let me tell you, I have not seen Tucker and Dale versus Evil, but everybody who recommends it or says it was good, or speaks about the movie generally, is somebody who's tend to respect on these things, including my best buddy from high school days. So I will check out that movie. And good to see you, by the way. Pinkerbell, I kept watching Ken Paxton impeachment trial while I was working, and oh my god, it got so silly towards the end. Paxton's lawyer is orange. And the day closed out by the defense objecting to evidence they submitted themselves. Yeah, I have not had access to the internet in any way, including on my phone, in any way, shape, or form, because I had to be physically present for in an area where I don't get reception for the entire afternoon. So I'm going to be watching that in the middle of the night instead of walking in my sleep tonight. But thank you for that preview, because can't wait. All right, let's get to the proper. First of all, in what I would call the news, as opposed to what you can do, because I can't stress enough, ain't nothing we got to do about this. Let's talk about the ironically named Proud Boys. And perhaps even I'll put the correct link in. Y'all can't see this, but I'm setting up Ari in the background. There we go. Alrighty, Aphrodite. I also reset this. Here we go. Let's do this proper now. Well. The is he former? Is he still the leader? We'll find out. Enrique Tarrio, whose association with the Proud Boys was dangerous for the United States of America. He's going to prison for 22 years. Good. I can now officially say that guy is guilty of everything we thought he was guilty of. Here's Ari Melber, my man Ari, breaking it down.
Breaking news in the last few moments, a judge handing down a extraordinarily stiff and historic prison sentence for insurrectionist and Proud Boys leader Enrique Tarrio. 22 years in federal prison. That is now, as of today, the longest prison sentence associated with the January 6th insurrection. It reinforces how these sometimes slow wheels of justice do keep turning. Tarrio was convicted in May. With this sentence, he joins roughly 600 total individuals convicted of crimes related to the storming of the Capitol. Over 1,000 charges, others await trial. Those are all for the people who were on site. The new RICO indictments are also the first charges against Trump aides and political elites who were not primarily at the physical insurrection itself. They stand accused of related crimes and plots with the same overlapping set of goals. Steal the election.
Okay, we going back just a bit. So here's the deal. Tarrio is a fascinating case because he's got one foot in either backyard. He is both somebody who you could consider to be the muscle of the insurrection, but also he wasn't physically there. He was the leader of the Proud Boys, who were one of the divisions of brown shirts that we had to deal with, and that overran the handful of Capitol Police that were there to guard democracy, because Trump didn't want democracy very well guarded. I say that's an opinion. But what is not an opinion is that Tarrio was their leader, and he was not physically present on that day. Now, the reason he wasn't physically present was supposedly because he had other legal troubles already. But I kind of think if you're breaking the law, if you're doing an insurrection, I would have thought that a brave person would have said, to hell with the consequences. It's win or lose today. But he wasn't physically there. And the fact that he got 22 years of existence committed to prison, a quarter of his optimistic life expectancy will be spent in prison. Because that happened, that's really set the tone for what is going to happen, or what can happen, what it should look like for the people who orchestrated this thing. We've had a lot of folks go to prison for the insurrection. We've had people go to prison for 5-year sentences, for 10-year sentences. But we haven't had a lot of multi-decade sentences. And the Tarrio 22-year sentence, that tells me that there is now, the fancy legal word for it is precedent, but it just means we're used to seeing. We're now used to seeing. We've now had an example of the people that orchestrated the insurrection getting handled seriously, and as seriously as they deserve. And I think it helps that this person was a bit of a clown. He was the leader of a ridiculous organization. But I think that can only be good as far as a sign of things to come. I'm going to let Ari Melber finish up, but for those of you watching the recording, that's the gist of it. But with y'all in the live stream, this part ain't recorded. This is just us hanging out. I want to hear what Ari Melber has to say about all this and have a chuckle with you.
Election used fraud as a pretense to help efforts to try to hijack that January 6th certification. Today's 22-year sentence and these other indictments and these pending trials are a complete crystallization of how this is all going now. But let's take a look just briefly at how, according to many, it started, with Trump and his aides planning ways to steal the election before people even voted, with then-President Trump infamously publicly refusing to honor something that every president, all the way back to Nixon, has honored, from Nixon all the way back to Washington, that you respect the outcome of the election in a democracy. He said the opposite and then proved that he meant it. And then he said this about the now convicted Proud Boys and their leader when asked to condemn them.
Are you willing tonight to condemn white supremacists and militia groups?
Proud Boys, stand back and stand by.
They did more than stand by. Now, that was a low point for any sitting president in modern history. The words you heard there alone, while completely heinous, according to many, were not a crime in themselves.
Oh boy, I want to read some comments. I'm going to interrupt Ari. Pinkerbelt. The other thing, the others going through trial right now are crying to anyone who will listen. They scared. Yeah, for sure, and good. They ought to be. Oh, Wicked Foxy, Rustbox. Good to see you. Actually, I don't see you, but Foxy does, and that means that. Dang. Oh, there you are. What else did I see? Yeah. Obsessive Audio, 22 years. Amazing. Yes, indeed. Maybe next time there will be more consideration before storming a government building and stashing enough weapons to defeat several platoons. Yeah, maybe. Maybe. They've never been held. They've truly, when I say they, I do mean conservatives broadly in this case. They've never been held to account for actions like this, like truly ever before. In the past, when they have gotten consequences of any sort, it's basically been guaranteed that, like, any group of conservative-leaning folks. So I suppose I should clarify that it's not individual conservatives, but it is literally conservative groups. When they've gotten punished in a courtroom, it has been with the utmost reluctance. And this is the first time where I think judges have just said, F it. We need to establish that we're going to have law and order. So yes, in other words, I'm curious to see if you're right. I think you might be there. That they will literally think twice. Okay, Ari, give us the breakdown. It's only 4 more minutes.
Defendant Trump has since been indicted in 2 jurisdictions for the actual actions and plots he launched after losing the election that went well beyond statements like that. Tarrio, convicted of sedition, he and his co-conspirators viewed their actions, what they
Nobody looks good in a mugshot. Let's just acknowledge that. Nobody looks good in not even a mugshot, just in jail. When you're awaiting trial and getting shipped around from court date to court date, you don't look good. So don't let me laugh too much at Tarrio for that picture, but I will laugh at this big damn dork. Because oh god, his ears look like they're trying to get his head to take flight. I don't know. He looks silly and it's fun.
did that day as a direct response to what the losing outgoing president, Donald Trump, was asking of them. And the feds say it was all premeditated. On January 4th, 2021, Tarrio told his men that they would, quote, storm the Capitol. That is damning evidence because it completely undercuts any of his potential defenses, now failed as he's been convicted, to say that this spun out of control or was some kind of riot. When the attack was underway, Tarrio very clearly viewed it as the intended and achieved outcome of what they planned. In a private chat that maybe he thought would never become evidence, he wrote, quote, "We did this." Yes, they did. Yes, some of the most damning evidence came from these now convicted seditionists themselves, whether that is a product of personal mistakes and arrogance or something that is also wrapped with the support they very publicly had from then President Trump. Those are questions that are not of a legal nature. Those are questions of analysis. History will, of course, dig through all of this. But the news tonight, news I couldn't have told you even 30 minutes ago, the breaking news is that this Proud Boys leader, Enrico Tarrio, now has the stiffest and heftiest jail sentence, prison sentence, of anyone tied to the January 6th insurrection. 22 years.
Wow. 22 years. So good. I'm sure if we're talking U.S. biases, the fact that his name isn't entirely Caucasian sounding might have influenced that. The fact that he was associated with the muscle might have had some influence. Certainly had influence. But at the end of the day, he is known to the American people as an organizer, as a leader of that faction. And his treatment now under the law is going to get the American public used to. It's going to set the tone, I suppose, for how the leaders of the insurrection should be treated. And I'll tell you, 22 years sounds perfect to me. Truth be told, I don't even really want to give somebody a life sentence. But 22 years is fine. That's a long time. That ensures that there is no way in the world he's going to come out and do this again. I think that's probably a good start. And Trump, he's next, baby. Let's see what you all have to say. Wicked Foxy Dragon. I misread. I apologize. Diana Dean, yes, isn't it amazing? And feeling a lot better, thanks. Okay, I'm glad, Diana Dean. Good to see you. Hello, Looney Tunes. The Anti-Corporatists, Mike, their mental gymnastics knows no bounds. They're setting him up like that so he can be an informant in jail, and then they'll spring him. I saw it in a Van Damme movie. That's all in quotes. Intriguing. Wireless Mike. All right, so it was in response to Wireless Mike saying, I wonder if his fellow Proud Boys think he's an FBI plant now. Hey, you want to hear a weird slice of internet history? Weren't the Proud Boys invented by Gavin McGinnis? Didn't it start off with him? Didn't that guy have a show that he invited Sam Cedar onto? It's just weird. We live in very weird times. Everything that's happening now is going to be so hard to explain to the next folks. We really need to, like, every generation of adults currently is going to be able to bond over this. And the young bucks, the ones who are just being born now, and we don't know what to call them yet, they're going to have no freaking idea how weird this time was. But if you're currently speaking English, hey, boomers and Gen X and millennials and Gen Z, all of us are going to be like, do you frickin' remember when an internet comedian gave a guy a heart attack because he debated him so hard? Do you remember when Terry's tried to take over the government? And they got founded by a different internet comedian who invited the other internet comedian onto his show. It's just odd. All right. Speaking of weird times and good news, Wicked Foxy Dragon, as you know, is engaged to Brian Tyler Cohen. We'll inform Mr. Cohen eventually. But in the meantime, I would like to show a segment from her future ex-husband. This is Brian Tyler Cohen talking about some fantastic news in the much aggrieved state of Alabama. 2024 is going to be easier, folks.
Watch. So, Mark, we have big news out of Alabama as far as fair maps are concerned. Can you explain what just happened in court?
Yeah, in a sweeping 222-page opinion, the federal court in Alabama told the state of Alabama, your map sucks, and it's going to be replaced, and it's going to get redrawn by a special master hired by the federal court. So all of the drama that we saw with the state of Alabama ignoring a federal court order, ignoring the Supreme Court, all of that's going to get wiped away. And there's going to be a special master who draws a new map for Alabama in time for 2024.
Is there any foul play that could occur with a court-assigned special master? I mean, we've seen foul play occur throughout this entire process as long as Republicans have had a hand in it. Could that happen with a court-assigned special master?
No, I don't think that's a possibility. I mean, this court is angry at what Alabama did. They pointed out over and over again in their opinion that the state of Alabama was given an order. It didn't follow it. And think about it, Brian.
All right,
it's not that hard for a special master to comply with this order. It wasn't that hard for the state of Alabama to comply with this order. They have to draw 2 districts that are above 50% Black voting age population. This is not a complicated task, and it's not a vague task, right? 50% means 50%.
All right. So what is so delightful to see, he's excited because this is amongst the first times this has ever happened. But how many times have you seen Republicans, now I'm talking about the political organization, the Republican political, that's how I say that. There we go. How many times have you seen the Republican political organization get a court order and then ignore it? Get told by the law that they must do something, and they simply decide they won't because they know there will be no consequences because they have the majority of the judges and the prosecutors and the cops believing their ideology. Side note, stop ceding those positions to the worst Americans. If you are a dyed-in-the-wool lefty, consider a job in law enforcement, truly. If you don't like the profession, consider that you might just not like how the profession's been done. Or at the very least, the person who's doing it should have the least joy in removing somebody else's freedom. Rant over. The point is, they've never been, or tangent over, they've never been truly told that they must obey the law or given consequences when they don't. Now, the judge is sick of it. And again, this is not unlike the Enrique Tarrio ruling. It's a sign of the times changing. The federal court said, all right, we didn't stutter. And there seems to be a problem these days. In legal speak, they said this. There seems to be a problem these days with your hearing. So here's the deal. You were given abundant opportunity to do this fairly. You've demonstrated that you're incapable of that, current Republican Party. You, the people in charge of the state currently, are not able to follow a lawful order. And since you are unable, we are going to put someone who is able in place to do it, and you will be required to do as they say. In other words, you're losing some of your power. You've lost it, actually, already, because you were unable to use it correctly. And if the people of Alabama want, first they shouldn't, but if they want their maps drawn by their legislature, they're going to have to pick a different legislature. Or you will have to demonstrate to them at the ballot box that you've learned and have the ability to draw the map. Because right now we know you don't. Good. This is going to have an impact culturally on Republicans. Won't all be overnight, but this sort of thing will become the norm. And by the way, let's encourage this to happen more and more and more and more, because if they're focusing on just one thing, they'll be able to say, this is an injustice. Oh, this is an injustice. But if there's 1,000 things like this, if this map is happening on the same day, for example, that Enrique Tarrio is getting sentenced, which is happening on the same day as when Kenneth Paxton is getting impeached, well, gosh, the hell of a lot to keep up with. And it's the consequences of running a bunch of clowns for office.
Not a vague task, right? 50% means 50%.
Right, as opposed to 50% meaning 39%, but I guess math is hard. Mark, Alabama's Secretary of State has already appealed this decision to the U.S. Supreme Court. Wasn't it the Supreme Court itself that ruled in Milligan that Alabama's maps violated Section 2 of the Voting Rights Act? Like, what would an appeal to the Supreme Court actually accomplish here?
They are hoping that it will accomplish delay. Why did George Wallace stand at the schoolhouse doors? Because he was trying to block progress. He was trying to block civil rights. Why is Alabama appealing to the Supreme Court, having just lost in the Supreme Court? Because it is trying to block the inevitability of 2 majority-minority districts in Congress in Alabama.
Is there any reason to believe that we wouldn't have these 2 districts drawn in time for the 2024 election?
No, this court is moving. They know what Alabama's up to. They are moving quickly. Like I said, their opinion was sweeping. It was excoriating of what Alabama did. And I fully expect that we will get a new map in time for 2024.
That's what I was wondering, and I just wanted to say this is why I love Brian Tyler Cohen. If it feels like the guy reaches into your head and pulls out the question you had and asks it to the guest, that's a good interviewer. Side note, the letter hack does that all the time, and I'm still going through his content and binging. But plug for that guy. Here's another plug for Brian Tyler Cohen. Hell of a good job. I hope he enjoys the wedding whenever that happens. I hope I get an invite. But regardless, keep up the interviews, Brian Tyler Cohen. There is one more part to this, though, that I want to listen to with you.
Now, was there anything unusual about the judge's response to these Alabama Republicans, and their outright refusal to comply with that court's order to create a Black Opportunity District?
Yeah, it was actually a very unusual opinion. As I mentioned, it was over 200 pages, which is a long opinion in any case, but it's a particularly long opinion for a.
Let me just say, in legalese, a 200-page opinion can mean two things. It can mean, well, this is very complicated, and we need to sort it out responsibly. And it can also mean, listen, mother, I'm going to tell you exactly why you're wrong. I'm going to spell it out in clear detail, because I know you're going to appeal this because you're a dishonest little. So here's why you're wrong. And here, other judge, is exactly why they're wrong. And if you say I'm wrong, you better be prepared to justify why you have a different opinion than these 200 pages of reasoning behind mine for whoever's above you. That's what that can also mean, and that's what I think was done here. All right, Elias, bring us home.
A case where really all the court had to do was say, we're appointing a special master, right? All they had to say was that 39% is not greater than 50%, and therefore we're appointing a special master. Instead, they painstakingly went through all of the evidence. They painstakingly went through every argument that the state of Alabama made, and they rejected it. But here is what's really telling. The court said, after the Supreme Court sent this back to them, that they gave the legislature another chance in good faith, believing that the legislature would take that opportunity and act in good faith. And instead, the court said that Alabama did not even nurture the ambition to provide the required remedy. In other words, Alabama didn't even try to do what the court ordered them to. And this is the key quote. They said, "We are not aware of any other case in which a state legislature faced with a federal court order declaring that its electoral plan unlawfully dilutes minority votes and requires a plan that provides an additional opportunity district, responded with a plan that the state concedes does not provide that district." In other words, they said, we can't even find another instance where a state comes in and says, we're not even going to try to do the thing that the court has ordered us to do.
God damn. Let them have it with both barrels. Good. Yeah, this is fantastic news. I could not have asked for better from that judge. Fantastic. And the judge is not, I don't know how they feel personally about politics or civil rights or this, that, or the other thing. I just know how they feel about respect for the law. And I know this because literally all judges' careers are built off of people respecting the law. This judge in this federal court is angry that the Republican Party there has no respect for the law. They're communicating that. And I think it's representative of the legal system throughout the country. I have a wake-up call for all judges, all lawyers, all cops, all prosecutors. You ought to know this. The Republican Party does not respect the law. Now, at some point, we are going to have to acknowledge that from the consent decree that they had to sign in order to not have a criminal trial for voter intimidation, to lying to investigators every time there is an investigation, into their activities, which there is a hell of a lot, from obstructing justice to supporting the candidacy for a traitor to the country. Republicans are repeat offenders. Republican politicians, the Republican Party, the political structure, it's a repeat offender. And at some point, U.S. judicial system, at some point, you're going to have to acknowledge this. I understand it's easy to apply anti-gang laws to, like, the Crips or the Latin Kings, or folks that that organize around things that you in the legal profession might be less familiar with. But a gang is a gang. A criminal enterprise is a criminal enterprise. And the Republican Party is a crime organization. That's all they are. It's starting to be recognized because there is no choice. They're starting to be, Republicans are starting to be treated appropriately in the courtroom, because we literally, as a country, if we want to stay together under some set of rules that are considered universal, the Republican Party has to be treated as they deserve, finally. So if you were worried, if you were feeling like your energy's low, and you're wondering, will I run out of steam before we see justice? The answer to that question is, have you run out of steam right now? Because if you got even a little bit left in the tank, you made it. You did it. You outlasted these punks. Stay around. It's going to be a long, drawn-out victory. And while for just tonight, that's not quite as exciting, getting everybody all at once. This is the beginning. Republicans, they just haven't evolved to exist in a society that treats them fairly. They can only exist in a society which pampers them. And they abused the power they stole. So enjoy the next few months, years, because there's going to be case after case and verdict after verdict, and the victories are going to be racked up by the good guys. Christy Z, if this gun drop... Shit, that threw me off a little bit. Christy, if this gumdrop got 22 years, then Trump has to be all the way screwed, right? Two things were hilarious about that, Christy. Number one, I don't know why, but calling him a gumdrop, that got me. And then also the phrase, all the way screwed. I agree with both, full-heartedly. Yes. Yes, your assessment, I think, is dead on there. Trump is fully and completely, entirely screwed. He's so screwed. But, I mean, truth be told, he's known that for a while. Look at his legal strategy so far, which is to flee desperately from anything resembling an actual fair argument in court. Well, oh, my word. Thank you, Wicked Foxy Dragon, for pointing this out. Pinkerbell gifted a membership. Excellent. It's going to be fun to be a member in the next couple of days. I'm going to pick one non-member. For a specific role. offer them this. We'll see. But it's going to be fun because we're going to start playing around with memberships, and we're going to start doing some weird stuff. Folks, September is intentionally going to be a weird month. I was going to put it off more till like October or whatever, but the opportunity's here, and there's some experiments I want to do, and we're going to jump into that in a moment. That's the very next thing we're going to do. But first, let me finish reading some of these comments. Groove Dragon. Aw, shucks. Gifting like Pinkerbell is groovy, and receiving that gift is groovy as. Thank you so very much. May your smiles be many, as are mine right now. Groove Dragon, welcome. Welcome. And I think y'all, first of all, I hope you enjoy the membership. Second of all, I'm going to work to make sure you do. So let me know what you want. Groove Dragon, you will be our representative new member. And Pinkerbell, thank you so much. Diana Dean, this is brilliant news. I am feeling much better. Had run out of puff for a bit there, but this news really helps. Yeah, thank God. Ooh. Obsessive audio. For all the horrible decisions like Roe, school admissions, the judiciary is surprisingly good on gerrymandering and holding insurrectionists to account. Yeah, and the sad thing is, it's because it affects them. And I don't think they sit around in their office going like, this one's scary to me. But when it comes to things like Roe, for example, a lot of the judges think, well, it's a sad thing. It's a very sad thing that they're doing. But, the principles of blur and blur suggest that maybe I can ignore this and still hang out at my country club. However, they look at Enrique Tarrio trying to take over the country by force. And they think, oh, I didn't come about under those rules. My power is based on people agreeing that I have power. It can't be based off of who's tough because I'm soft as a Hilton pillow. So whatever they tell themselves, I'm sure sounds very fancy, but in reality, and this is just pure speculation, of course, but in reality, I suspect that they get a little chill of fear and they think, oh, this is a threat to me and this has to be stopped. I have to use the power I have to protect myself. I think that is their thought process. And that's a bummer. And if you want to change that, get lefties in office. Have them appoint. That is the reason we want to get a very left-leaning president eventually, is to have very left-leaning judges. Let me give you an example. I just realized I talk about things too vaguely sometimes. In Michigan, this is what I'm familiar with. Bridget McCormick is the Chief Justice of the Supreme Court. She is, I hope she still is. She was when I was last paid to report about the court. She is a person who literally enacted rules that make it cheaper to go through court cases, because she sat down and looked at fairness in the court as a principle and determined, and she worked with several groups, like activist groups, to collect information and come to a conclusion. But the conclusion she came to was that the biggest obstacle for Americans when it came to getting fairness in court was how expensive it all is. And so now in Michigan, for non-criminal cases, we have new rules that basically means that if two parties disagree, or rather if two parties agree on the majority of a case, and they simply want a ruling, they don't need to go through the entirety of the legal process. They can basically jump right to the end, and they, if they agree on the facts, they can say, all right, these are the facts. We both think this is fair, and we just want a judge to give us the official say. We want that equivalent. That sounds boring as hell, I know, but the end result is that a lot of needless expenses, like showing up to court for 3 days, just driving there and taking the time off work, or paying for an attorney to represent you and make your arguments and so on and so forth, even if you don't really need it. Even if it's something as simple as like a disagreement about a security deposit or whatever. It's a lot more fair. And that's what happens when you get lefties on the court. Oh, Wicked Foxy Dragon, thank you. Saying, if you haven't already, hit that thumbs up button. Deborah Kempthorne, good evening, everyone. As was said, I'm a bufferin' too. No! 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 Oh, I'll go through the live chat later. I'll ask you, Foxy, later. How about that? If we're having buffering issues. We're not supposed to. Damn it. All right, well, let's see if I can, let's see if I'm able to run an ad. Oh. Okay, I'm going to attempt to run an ad right now. Let's see if it works. So, everybody, let me know if right now you're seeing an ad. And you might ask yourself, how could I hear you if I'm seeing an ad? Well, I don't know, and this doesn't make a whole lot of sense. Are you seeing an ad now? How about that? Wicked Foxy Dragon, you know where to find me. Indeed. Yeah, we'll talk after the show. No. Oh, it was very brief. Okay. I see. Create highlight video, ad stream marker. All right, I'm not actually trying to make money off the ads on this stream. I just want to learn how to manually insert the ads so that people don't get randomly interrupted, yada yada. Like, we can do them in between segments, and we listen to 30 seconds of music or a nonsensical video or whatever. And during that time, the ad plays. I will continue working on that. All right, let's talk about the experiment I want to do today. Bop, bop, ba-da. So first of all, the link is in the description. For Pharaoh Monk. Wait, Monk. Yeah, Pharaoh Monk. The song is Simon Says. It's very fitting. Very fitting for today. Because I'm going to ask you to do things. Please tell me I didn't copy the wrong thing. I didn't. Good. I'm going to ask you to do things along with me. Or rather, to do things and report back. And the reason I want to do this is so that in real time, we can take advantage of the fact that this is a live show, and in real time, we can F around with the YouTube algorithm and see what a small, dedicated group of people can do if you're willing to do X, Y, or Z. So I'm going to start it off with a poll because it will help me understand. It will help me understand what we're working with here. Are you watching on a computer or cell phone. Computer is one. Cell phone is another. And then other. All right, if you could start. If you could start with the poll. Oh, excellent. 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 So we're getting results coming in. Beautiful. So we have we got one person at least voting other. If you are voting other, could you in the comments let me know what that device is? Oh, Looney Tunes. I'm watching on an iPad. Okay. Okay. So I'm not as familiar with the use of opening multiple windows in on an iPad or a cell phone or what have you. But that's okay. I think let's just have a look. Yeah, we got a general sense here. It's good. So we have the majority of people watching on a computer with enough people watching on a cell phone or iPad in this case as well, that we can have a control group. So the goal of the control group is going to be, I mean, you guys by default have an easy job. I need you to stick around here and just keep YouTube aware of the fact that there are people present in this stream watching. I want to try to do that with the computer folks as well, but I'm going to ask them to do something else which might affect this. So we will have a guaranteed audience through the folks watching on a cell phone or with an iPad. And just if you can take note of what the computer folks are doing. For the computer folks. Let me see what let's see if I can do something here. Okay, so for the computer folks, I've put a link in the pinned comment. That's to the song Simon Says by Pharaoh Monarch, was that it? Monk? It's a good song. It's from Charlie's Angels. Can you let's pick a let's pick a one person. Bob Treesh with the YouTube Premium. Yeah, me too, man. I love it. But if you are one of the people from who has a computer, enter just say so in the chat right now, and I will pick literally the first one. We're gonna start with this. One person. If you have a computer, just say so in the chat. And I'll go a step further. Click on that pinned link and see if it opens a new window for you. Does that open a new... Oh, Pinkerbell. Perfect. All right, Pinkerbell. If you can, and F it, wireless mic too. Click on that pinned link and see if it opens a new window. Ah, yes. So did it open a new window when you click on that link? Or it opens a new tab? Yes, yes, yes. Okay, perfect, perfect. All right, I'm taking down the link, but I hope you've taken the attitude of that song, because we're going to get up to some mischief now. All right, I'm unpinning that message. Yes, new window. Okay, perfect, perfect. Okay, so now we get into the proper stuff. We've set up our palette here. We have a group of people that are going to keep us safe. New tab, excellent. All right, we're good on that. Anti-corporatist, actually, I'm currently watching on my phone, hotspotting with my iPad. Bums me out that my new phone conduction headphones no longer support multiple simultaneous devices. That hurts me. I'm gonna get. Ha! All right, sorry. Got a new link. Don't click on it just yet, but I am gonna pin it. I need to stay focused, y'all. And I used my Adderall yesterday. I only have so much. Okay. The link I just put in there is the Letter Hack, their interview with Yasmin Aliyah Khan. So, to let you know what we're doing, this interview only has 26 views. Just 26 views. If I were to try to boost something on my own channel, it would interfere, ironically, with my ability to measure other videos. But my understanding is the Letter Hack already knows how he's going forward. And I think his plan in the long term for building an audience is, first of all, genius. And second of all, it's going to work. It just is. Because it's not a plan that relies on chance or hitting it big or whatever. But that's not to say that hitting it big would hurt. So, let's do some good and learn something at the same time. This interview, which only has 26 views right now, let's see how much we can change that. So, if you could, make sure you don't close this window. But if you could, and you are on a computer, click on that link, open up the new tab, leave my volume on, but turn the volume of that off. So you'll still be able to hear me when you have it open over there. Now, if you are on a cell phone, stay here, because I need to talk to you so that there's audience in our comments as well, and I still have communication with you. I'm going to need that. Tinkerbell, oh, this is neat. Yeah. Thank you. And Looney Tunes. I do recommend watching the video for fun, but that's not why we're doing it right now. Right now, we've got 26 concurrent viewers, and what I want to see if we can do is double the Letter Hack's views instantly, and then measure what happens. So if everybody could go click on that, turn the volume off in the Letter Hacks video, but leave my volume on, and keep the video playing in both. All right, I'm gonna refresh this now on the Letter Hack. Oh wait, let's do it together. Why am I being cagey about this? Over here, we're gonna do this together. So here it is. Interacting. So 26 views. Now we refresh. And all right, 29 views. Only three more views registered. Now that doesn't mean only 3 of you did this, but most likely it means it hasn't measured everything. So Wicked Foxy Dragon, it pauses you when I play. All right. Rex Trek, I know he's not telling this boomer, right? You know, take a whack at it. and if it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out. That's fine. But the idea here is to mess around a little bit and not hold ourselves to any particular goal. But we want to essentially, what I'm trying to do is use the entirety of our audience on a random night, because we've been given a random night, and shake things and watch how they shake. If you want an example of how of what this is, the Cynical Brit does this sort of thing. This is a person that hacks games for a living. He breaks systems for a living. But he doesn't do it to be mean. He just does it to find out how they work. And he's done this with YouTube several times. I think that's genius, but I want to apply it to leftist media. So don't put your heart into any particular thing that we're going to change. The joy of this is to find out what happens. Let's try this out. If you were able to load up the video by clicking the link pinned in the comments and just turning off the audio on that video, you were able to do that. Keep it open, I hope. But now do this. If you didn't hit the like button on that, hit the like button on that. And 1 second. Copy and paste this message. Wait a minute. Copy and paste the message I'm about to drop in the comments. Oh, Rex Trek, it's okay. We need people literally to hang out in this chat and keep talking with me. So you're serving a useful function in this experiment regardless. So just hang out with me. Christy Z, can't we just go watch the video later? What's the name of the video? It's in the description, and you absolutely can. But the idea is to use some intentionality with what we're doing live and measure it. That's the thing, because then we can change it instantly. So let's try this. Copy paste this message. This is going to snowball. If there's only 3 of you that can do it, that's fine. It's totally fine. We're going to measure then what 3 people can do. But I think this could be fun. So put that message in their chat. The reason why it's the same message is just so we can scroll through and see how many people during this little session did this, and if that is notable. We're going to do something else with the comments in a moment. But let's try to get 4 people. 36 views now. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Ah! So understand, they had 26. Now they've got 36. That's a huge spike as far as the algorithm can do. Looney Tunes, hello again. So check it out. Looney Tunes. Rex Trek. Heck, I've been playing Star Trek Online for 12 years, and I still haven't figured out all the technicalities of the game. 2 things. Number 1, we're going to keep up this experiment in a moment. I just want to give people a chance to go over there and comment. Number 2, brother, not only do I play Star Trek Online, I bought, with actual leafy green foldy money, a spaceship. And my friend and I, because we got into a literal arms race, my friend and I, who worked at the same sandwich shop at the time, were working overtime so that we could... So that stocking up and decided to use them. We had a duel, and I was saying things like, "I can see you, Chuck. Can you see me?" Quoting Shakespeare at the motherfucker. We got real with it. All right, 37 views. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Wireless mic. I see that. Groove Dragon, Pinkerbell, beautiful. Okay, Okay, do you see what I just did there? I just went through and hit the like button on every single comment. Here's the next thing I'd like to try. If you are able to open the new tab, or rather, if you don't close it, if you have it open already, go between the tabs, yes, and pause it, sure, but don't close it after this point if you've already opened it. But go into that tab and hit the like button on every single comment, regardless of what it is. It doesn't have to reflect your personal morality. We are doing this purely as an experiment. And if you don't feel good about blanket liking because of whatever, you can also undo it later. But right now, I just want to, if you're willing to go with me on this, measure how much of a boost we can give this video by showing an extraordinarily active comment section. So pop in, and I'm about to ask the Wicked chat a separate thing. Pop in there, hit the like button on every single comment, including your own, including hello from the Wicked community. And I'm going to refresh that cache again. Okay. So now I need a decision. And I'm going to put it as a poll for the people who are watching on cell phones. Rextrack. Oh, I just did it. I'm savvy after all. Hell yeah, brother. Hell yeah. Like the replies too. Yes, Groove Dragon. That's it exactly. We want to register for YouTube all the activity we possibly can. The Anticorporatus, man, my feed is broken. I don't know what it's feeding me up. Oh, that sucks, man. Elaine Sharp, blanket liking? I like blankets. All right, I can't read the comments. I'm going to go back there in a second. Let me first do this. Poll. Phone users only. Phone/tablet users only. Aha! Yes! Yes. Wireless Mike says, I just opened it in another tab and it's up to 44 views now. Okay, it's very important that y'all follow this one thing. If you're opening up tabs with this new stream, don't close those tabs. We'll get to that in a moment. Wrap yourself up in a blanket of likes. Absolutely. Phone/tablet users only. Ooh, I'm in the fun half of his show at My Dogs Are Goth. Interesting. Oh no, the Anticorporatus. I low-key think that the algorithm is trying to off me, like making me want to Roblox myself or something. Well, we're going to screw back with the algorithm tonight. We're screwing with it. There's going to be a version of this which is pre-recorded. My Dogs Are Goth. I'm on my phone. What do I do? Excellent. I'm writing that up right now. Give me one moment to phrase this properly, because I have a finite number of characters. Pinkerbell, I see 50 views. Yes. Hold on. Give me 1 second. I have 100 characters, and I need to phrase this correctly. Oh. While that's baking, let me try playing an ad again, so I can phrase this without the pressure of people watching me look dumb. Slash ad. Excellent. Good. Groove Dragon, screwing with a virgin algorithm, is that legal? How old is YouTube? That will define that question. All right. What number of views do we stop at? See, we've already passed 50, or rather, all right, it's not very excitingly worded, but this is for only phone and tablet users. I need y'all to decide what is our goal for the Letter Hacks video. 100 is we're starting off. All right, I'm gonna give other people a chance to vote. Wireless mic, and you're back. Excellent, thank you, sir. 2006 since Google bought YouTube. But it exists. That's like date of adoption, you know. If we're making the police description of the age of this internet site. Oh well. Okay, so let's just recap what we've done so far. We had 26 concurrent viewers. We saw a video that the goal was to popularize. It had 26 views as of the time of the beginning of this experiment. Since then, let's see what we've added to it. It's at 55 views. 55 views. Okay, excellent. Now, I just realized I need to write hello from the WYCD community. Pardon our dust, but we're trying something new. Love the letter hack, and I'm gonna say her name right. Yasmin Aliyah Khan. All right, added a comment. It's taking a long time. Oh, there's Wicked Foxy Dragon with whoa! Look at all those likes. Okay. If you are one of the 15 people that just liked all of those comments, can you go in there and write any comment? So not that pre-canned comment, but just any comment. Literally say like, hi there, or love the letter hack, or oh look, it's Yasmin Aliyah Khan. Something along those lines. And just sound off in the comments if you have. Let's see what phone and tablet users are saying. It seems like you guys are real confident that we can get this to 100. All right. That's bold. We'll try. You see, here's the deal. It's more than just how many votes can you add, how many individual views will be counted for you. But it's more about showing YouTube the level of interest the internet currently has in its video, in this particular video. And there's so many goddamn people telling mid jokes and captioning videos of dogs, which in full disclosure, I watch those all the time, but they drown out important stuff. And it's also easier to comment on a video of a dog, isn't it? Dog saying like, oh, I'm a heckin' floof or whatever. It's funnier to go, it's easy to go LOL. But that's 1 point in the algorithm. So we're looking to recreate that. And we're experimenting just now with how that could be done. And we're starting by doing it artificially, but eventually that will shape the kind of content we are able to make. Not to make it cheaper, but to make it more intentional. So that if we are doing something for likes, or if we know some particular minor thing that we didn't even care about, one way or the other, affects likes dramatically or affects participation dramatically, we'll understand it. And along the way, let's blow up some videos. Let's make some videos that are important get seen by all. So let's see if we've got folks. Let's see if we've had folks add some new comments in there. Just any old comment. Oh, the tension I feel. Good God. 65 views. Again, we started this night, folks, we started this night with 26 views on our experimental video. Now, let's get that fine-ass Jasmine Aaliyah Khan in there. And that finer-ass letter hack. Hey, I got too nervous to say it during the stream yesterday, but does anybody else think he looks a little bit like Martin Freeman? Is Martin Freeman the guy I'm thinking of? From the British Office? He looks like that guy, right? Okay. 20 comments. Christy Zilkowski. Boom. Boom. Okay, now check out what I'm doing. Now, phone people, not computer people. I need you to just hear me and type in the comments because I'm going to have to do two things at once. I need suggestions from you guys for how we can rock the algorithm a little bit more. And as an example, check out what I'm doing here. I'm going through and liking every single reply, every single one. Like. Wicked Foxy Dragon responding, beautiful. Boom, boom, boom. Pinkerbell, excellent. Boom, boom. Computer people, if you haven't responded to a comment yet, jump into that tab and respond to literally any comment. Literally any comment. But if you want to keep it organized, you can respond to my comment. By the way, I'll write in my own comment. Great drawing as always. And I'm going to like my own comment because I'm that arrogant, but also because we're trying to gig the algorithm. We're being sneaky Susans. Let it be known you commented before it was cool. Tinkerbell, this is true. See, I'm not putting a tremendous amount of thought into this, but I'm just simply using the opportunity. So if you're on the computer, go ahead, respond to comments, and just go through and like every single one you can. Because now we're going to see how much we can get YouTube to send this to other folks. I'll check it out. Oh no! How did I screw up literally commenting? I'll check it out. Boom, boom. All right. We're gonna knock this up another level, believe it or not. But right now, I just want to fill out the comments section and really make it robust. All right, let's see what suggestions phone people have. This is also going to be useful for me as
with
somebody
TYT on the damage report with John.
As somebody who watches podcasts, because I honestly do about 50-50 between these things. Okay. Wireless mic. My 2 windows are still playing, and I don't want to refresh them till they play through. Yes. Okay, we're gonna follow Wireless Mike's lead in a minute. But it'll be fun. Oh, Matt is in the comments now, says Pinkerbell. Where is he? Matthew, where you at? Wireless mic, LMAO. Obsessive Audio, 60 views now. Anti-corporatist, sorry, was getting hassled for idling. Dude, didn't realize I'm California Clean Idle certified, baby. I love it. Ken has cheeseburger. That's a classic. Obsessive Audio. Sometimes it takes a while for all the videos to show, all the views to show beside the video. Analytics will sometimes show more views before they show up beside the video. That's true. That's true. Elaine Sharp, just popping in to say hi. Fair enough. Christy Z, LMAO. Jake, I've never seen you so excited. I love mischief. Getting up to mischief with the group. Ooh. Isn't that fun? Yeah. And it's we're being scamps. But I wonder if we can blow this video sky high. Oh yes. Is that Yaz with 5 Z's? Get out of Texas. Howdy there, it sure is, partner. Beautiful. All right, so if you are in this, oh, wireless mic, there he is. Yes, if you guys are able to open up tabs, open up another tab. Mute it if you got to. In fact, I would really recommend it. 10 replies, yes, that's 10 opportunities. Boom, 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 boom. And that is 10 more. Think about that. In the YouTube algorithm, a view is worth 1. 1 what? It doesn't matter. 1 point. A like is worth 1. A comment is worth 1. A like on a comment is worth 1. So a view, a comment, and a like on a comment, and a like, that's worth 1, a view, 2, a comment, yada. You have all these ways of affecting it. We have here at our disposal, whether it should be or shouldn't be, it's what is. We have here at our disposal an algorithm we can fuck with. So we're going to fuck with it. And if we can do it to benefit a cool cat, why not? This might make him mildly furious, and I will apologize if that's what happens. But I feel like our comments have been pretty darn positive. Oh, Gray Sand Dragon. Oh, beautiful, beautiful. With the timestamp. That's just perfect. So you know how wicked people greet each other? You know, when we see each other in comments, we go, hey, I see you there. Imagine this. If we make this culturally. Chrissy Z, we are being scamps, Del. Yes, exactly. Del Ortiz, what did I walk into? Oh, yeah, we're being scamps for sure. All right. People watching on cell phones. We got another poll for you. This is cell phones only. Should we make it a habit to greet each other in the comments of videos we like? Oh, I don't want that. Okay, so here's my reasoning. We might not want to do that because it might be obnoxious. I don't think it is, but I do things that are obnoxious very often, and I'm told after the fact. So I really need you here to be gatekeepers. Should we do that? Because if we do that, the benefit that I see is that we will make a habit, and a very natural habit, a kind of thieves' cant, of boosting videos. And because of our habit of saying, Grace Sandragon, I see you. Wireless Mike, is that you? Hello. Love the video. Glad to see you around here. If we greet each other in the comments, we can habitually boost videos. And by the way, we're likely to come across each other more often. It's like living in the same neighborhood on the internet. I'm going to refresh this page and see what we're at. The goal tonight is 100 views, and I think we're about to actually smash past that. We're going to smash past it. Would help if I refresh. Oh, so I'm going to count the likes.
But it's right around
now. Oh my God, look at that. 10, 16, 18, 9. Yes. More comments for me to respond to. So here's the deal. If you are there right now and you haven't refreshed the interview, show more replies. Yes. Letterhack. He's icy. We're being devious tonight. So I probably should have asked for permission to do this, but oh well. Oh well. So if you could do what I'm doing, go through, and if there's something you haven't liked, just hit the like button. And, oh, there we go. We got a beautiful treasure trove right here. And we're going to gamify this a little bit. And it's just spot the unliked comment. Boom, 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 boom. This is delightful. Boom, boom. And what we're trying to do is convince or get YouTube's attention as much as possible. And if we shatter the internet, so be it. If it can be broken, it must be. All right. Let's see what we can do. 95 views! 95 views. The goal was 100, cell phone folks. 95 views already. I'm going to propose a new goal. Yes. All right. Cell phones only. Should we make it a habit to greet each other in the comments of videos? I misspelled that. We like. Yes is the answer. Okay. Okay. Folks, let's try to make that a habit. I will, if I see you out there in the wild, I will try to say hello specifically to you. I don't think it works in Wicked videos because we'd constantly be saying hello to each other. To be continued. Let's not do that feedback loop yet. But we're gonna have some fun. Public utility. I came late, so I'm unsure what's happening. Here's the deal, public utility. Because of the way YouTube measures things, we are screwing with YouTube, and we are commenting on it. We selected a video from somebody we like, and we are commenting and liking in a strategic way as like a group dance number, basically, in order to gig the algorithm. And even though there's only, how many people are watching this right now? 27 people watching this. We have generated about 75 views. That's huge. So right now what's happening is YouTube is thinking, oh, shoot, people like this.
from whatever is coming next for me. But
103 views. Listen, G, we just smashed our goal. First of all, congratulations. I am proud of us for working in such a coordinated manner. This is not easy. It is not easy to do. There's a lot of us on a lot of different devices at once, and this is going like gangbusters. let me scroll through here and see if there's anything I haven't liked yet. And if you could, I see a lot of 7s, 5s, 4s, 5s on there. If you could, jump into the comments on the tab you have open if you're on a computer, and just like every single comment you see. Every single one. Up. There's one. Got 3 replies. Oh, he's helping us. He's consciously helping us. This is delightful. Show more replies. I'm going to just make sure. Oh, I need to be a member. And I need those sunglasses emoji. Come on now. And liking my own comment. It's one of the few times you won't have to feel bad about liking your own comment. Ooh, by the way, if you're one of the 26 people that are here or one of the folks that's going over there, definitely like the core video itself. By all means. Yes. If you are on a phone, we need you here in this chat, because if everybody is, for a number of reasons, but basically, like, you're our lifeline. You're keeping us alive. So watch what we do, and yes, wireless mic, my alerts are filling up. Good. And I'm sorry. I'm sorry for blowing up your account tonight. But it'll recover. And we're gaining something.
Keeping an eye on things, right?
All right, now I'm going to try to hit us with a hammer. If you can. Oh, look at that. So if you're already going through and you're on a computer and you're hitting the like button, now refresh the page. Try doing that. And if you're letting the interview just play, first of all, you're an angel. You might fry your computer if you do too many windows, but thank you. But let's just try refreshing the page to see what happens. And let me know. The anti-corporatist. I don't know why, but for some reason my wife occasionally gets my alerts and I never do. Diana Dean, the letter hack, right? I liked it a while ago. That's the trick here, and every time I check, I'm adding to this wicked link. Wicked link. I don't follow that. Oh no! Wicked Foxy Dragon. Oh, so we actually made more work? Looney Tunes 9000. He replies back to each comment. There are 3 chat guidelines in the comment section. Okay, let's quit commenting then. We found out what we wanted there already. Let's be kind and not add any more work, because there's nothing more to learn from that. But do like comments if you haven't liked them already. Next up that I want to try to do to see if YouTube will just count them. 72 comments, god damn. Just to see if YouTube will count it. Everybody that is able to, could you please refresh this particular video with Yasmin Aliyah Khan? We already hit our goal, so it's just the last thing I want to check out. Now, to tell you about the broader scale here, what I'm hoping to do is get as much momentum going as possible, and then rely on the fact that Yasmin Aliyah Khan is charming. Groove Dragon, 111 videos. Now I'm running late for work. Bye! See you, Groove Dragon. See ya. I want to get as much momentum going as possible, and then see what happens next. And we'll do this with another video. It might not be the same creator. We might do it on our own network. We might try a different experiment. But since all other plans fell through, and I've been dying to know if this will work. I thank you for letting me find out and shaving off like a month of doing analytics research when I can just watch it happen right here and now. All right, so after asking everybody that can to refresh the page, let's now see if it got counted.
Views.
It surely did. 119 views. Okay, so here's the deal, gang. Let's talk about what we learned and why I think it's going to be important. That video coming in had 26 views. Now it's got 119 and 70 comments. 70 comments. Now we'll see about how much we can accomplish with a handful of dedicated folks using very precise strikes. Apparently a hell of a lot. We're gonna measure it, and we will screw about next time around. Will be with phones. How can we take advantage of phone technology? This one was Windows. Well, not the operating system, but this one was browser tabs. Next one will be, okay, how do we take advantage of phones? Thank you for joining me, and thank you for helping me run that experiment. As per the decisions of the Wicked community, if you see each other out there in the video comments section of somebody who you think is a good egg, say hello to your fellow Wicked community member. If you've seen each other around this block, go say hi when you're at the other one. Because aside from the fact that it's lovely to see each other out in the wild, it's going to help the video, and you two will know that you're up to some good-hearted mischief. This has been WYCD Wicked, and that stands for What You Can Do. Thank you so much for joining me tonight. Ooh, obsessive audio. All that work would have cost Prigozhin at least 2 rubles when he ran the Internet Research Agency. All right, the Prigozhin joke got me. That's a good way to end. Thank you for joining me, y'all. And I'll see you tomorrow at 9.